Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the channel. Welcome to a GT Sport Daily Race C race review from this week's Daily Race C, which is Group 2 at Suzuka circuit in Japan. And in this one, in the words of the famous Scottish detective, there has been a murder. And we actually get taken out by another YouTuber. Detailed settings for this one are 10 laps, racing hard, racing medium is both available, both of which must be used. We're on the wombleskipper account, and the driver up in P7 is the driver we're going to be focusing on, or kind of talking about in this video, and it's Chupageti TV. Now he is a streamer, I believe that's a Singaporean flag, I could well be completely wrong with that. He streams GT Sport content, usually quite early in the morning, reasonably quick driver, around about the same pace as me. So if you're looking for a sort of GT Sport content creator that kind of streams early in the mornings, then he is your man. He's an entertaining guy, looks like he's a good fun guy. He's not my cup of tea personally, but he does seem like a very nice kind of personality, and usually it looks like he's having a lot of fun, that is for sure. So let's get this race underway. We are in the Lexus from 2060. We're starting down in P16 here, on the hard tyres obviously, and yeah, we're going to go for a little bit of an extreme strategy in this one, because you can see all that traffic up front. All those cars are starting to fight already. We've dropped off to the back a little bit just because we have those tyre warming issues as per usual, but you'll fast forward through the rest of this lap and you'll see that we start to close up on them. They're starting to fight like cats and dogs. We managed to pass one of them into Spoon, and I think that's actually the second position we've made up. I think somebody went off at turn 1, as is very easy to do if you don't go in with quite enough caution. So on the run down towards 130R for the first time here, we are definitely going to think about making a pit stop here. Well, we do definitely make the pit stop, because I know what happens in this race, because it was me that was racing it. But you're going to see, obviously, they're going too wide up here into the Casio Triangle, and yeah, that's just something I don't want to be involved in too much more. We're going to lose a lot more time battling with that lot than we are on the tyres towards the end. So into the pits we come, get off these hard tyres, on to the medium tyres, and because we've got 9 laps to do on these, which is obviously going to mean, doesn't matter how well we look after them, we're going to be struggling on the tyres a little bit, but we can do something to try and alleviate that problem. We take it nice and easy over the first couple of laps, so we don't exactly set the lap times on fire. But this is the crucial moment here. As we start lap number 5, you're going to see Chupageti TV has pitted at the end of lap 4 from the hard tyres onto the medium tyres, and because we've pitted 3 laps before him, if we take the multiplier into account, we've now technically got tyres that are 21 laps older than his, which is going to make it very difficult for us to stay ahead. However, with the dirty air, the Group 2 cars and Suzuka not being an easy circuit to overtake on, then there was that slight possibility. But yeah, we've obviously had a massive undercut on some of the drivers, because he started in P7, we've moved ahead via that undercut, so we are looking in fairly good shape. Now we do get presented with a problem a little bit later towards the end of lap number 5, and that is GT Dive Bomb, oh my god, who has started on the medium tyres, it would appear, started towards the back of the grid if I remember correctly, and has not made a pit stop. And as more pit stops are made, you're going to see we're up into P4 here and fighting for a podium. Now we do take a little bit of a hit from Chupageti into turn number 1 there. Somehow managed to save the car. Actually, it nearly turned into an overtake on Dive Bomb, trying to go round the outside of them, but we survive as it is. And yeah, we had a real problem trying to get a run on this driver, despite the fact that they are on pretty old tyres, but at the same time we're not exactly on the freshest rubber either. So we do get a run on Dive Bomb on the way down into 130R. I think we were going to be able to make this move, but for some reason Chupageti gives him a bump draft, which means he's able to keep the car around the outside. And yeah, it'll get a little bit messy into the Casio Triangle. Another driver getting involved as well. We're looking left and right to try and dispatch of Dive Bomb in some way, and eventually we get a little bit of a run out of the Casio Triangle. They actually pit anyway, so we're going to get by and we are released. But we are on pretty old tyres. Obviously Chupageti's tyres are 3 laps at least better than ours, or 21 laps if we take the multiplier into account. But we did actually manage to pull away up until we just didn't quite get the braking for the chicane right, and lost half a second. That allowed them back into the slipstream at the start of lap number 9, and this is going to be absolutely crucial, because I reckon we could just about held on, or we're looking in pretty good shape. The car didn't feel too bad, but yeah, that half second we lost allowed them back into the slipstream, and again it was going to make it very difficult given the sort of difference in the tyre age for us to pull away. But we are fighting for the podium. We're up in P3 at the moment, so we have to fight this one, you know. There's no point doing that kind of strategy, getting to this point of the race and not having a little bit of a fight. Now obviously if they get a half decent run on us, we're always going to give up the position. That's the way I race, it's the way I've always raced. You know, I don't fight for positions, you know, like as if my life depends on it. But yeah, I do want somebody to have to earn that overtake. So coming into Degler number 1 here, you're going to see we're a little bit slow, and he's very, very close behind us. We do get a better exit of Degler number 2, but as we come up towards the hairpin here, this is the crucial moment. This is going to be my death. If you look in the mirror up on the top right hand corner there, you're going to see he appears to just brake a little bit too late, goes into the back of us. We are actually turning at the point, so it kind of sends us into a sort of 4-wheel slide. We managed to keep the car on the track at the very least, and as we get going, Chipaghetti TV is away now. I maybe oversold it a little bit, to be honest with you, on the thumbnail, saying there's been a murder. It was more like a sort of half decent punch, to be perfectly honest with you. Now I'm not going to lie, we did make some sweary noises when that happened there, because, you know, as I said, I would prefer if somebody would maybe earn the overtake on me rather than kind of miss their braking point and appear to have an accident. But that's the way it went down. I wasn't, you know, I was annoyed but not massively bothered. I kind of resigned myself to losing that position. What bothered me more is I'm now under a lot of pressure here from the other driver, who's going to go round the outside of me into 130R. We leave the space because that's the kind of driver we are, and they're going to complete that move down into the Castle Triangle. Couldn't really fight that one that hard. We'd lost the slipstream, we had absolutely no protection. The tyres are done. We've done 8 laps on these tyres already, and we did have a 2.5 second gap to the driver behind, but obviously with the tyres now on their 9th lap, they actually managed to catch that gap up on us. Thankfully they never went for too much of a move into the Castle Triangle, and we hold on to P5, which, given that we started down in P17 and the strategy that we went on, obviously going for the absolute extreme undercut and the little incident with Chipaghetti TV, was not too bad. But that's not the end of the story. There is a little bit more to this one. So into the post-race chat, Chipaghetti says he is sorry, to which I very quickly reply, no problem, or no worries, my tyres were gone anyway. Now I just assumed he'd made a mistake, missed his braking point. These things happen. I'm not going to bother too much about kind of taking a little bit of a punt on my alt account. You know, this is probably technically my 4th account, if you like. But yeah, I thought, you know what, let's go back and take a look at it from Chipaghetti's perspective, and well, it somewhat paints a different story. I'll just let you listen.
He's really slowing me down. I have to push him off, he's slowing me down. I'm sorry, but you're really slowing me down. He's really slowing me down, he has to go. I had to do it, so that was bad on me, but he was really slow. Yeah, I did murder him, yeah. But he was too slow, so I'm so sorry. He was holding me up. Let's see if he did a pit stop. If he doesn't get a penalty... Oh, he did a pit stop. Okay. So he was just massively slow. He was just massively slow there. So, yeah. I have to say sorry to him. I have to say sorry to him.
Which he did, and which I have quite happily accepted, but I was quite shocked to find out he actually took me out deliberately. I mean, yes, we were certainly struggling on the tyres, but I don't think that was quite the way to go about it. But, you know, there is more than one way to get a little bit of revenge. We didn't actually enter the next race, we actually took that time, and we got on the phone, and we phoned our good Japanese friend Tom-san, and I said to Tom, he said, is he happening if you see Chipaghetti TV in the next race? He took us out in the last one deliberately. Give him one back from me. Give him one back from old wombleskipper-san, and well, Tom delivered. So yeah, Chipaghetti TV, take that from wombleskipper-san. That's courtesy of me. Tom was just doing as I asked, and yeah, that's what you get for taking me out, you know. Yeah, we Aussies don't take, or Scottish Aussies, we don't take that lying down. So yeah, folks, I'm only kidding. It's all about a good fun. As I said earlier, YouTube's all about just telling a story, and the circumstances, what happened in this race and what happened after it, just gave me that opportunity to tell you a little bit of a story. But hopefully you've enjoyed it. Me and Chipaghetti have no issue whatsoever. I had to go into his chat, and we kind of we had a little bit of an interaction, and it's all good. But let me know what you thought of that one. Did you enjoy it? If you have, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one.